Here are our three favorite strength for yoga ways to strengthen the feet and the ankles. What's our first one, Travis?
The first one is called a twisting squat.
The twisting squat.
To perform the twisting squat, you'll start in a cross-legged seat and you will stand up from the floor in that position, twist around. That's why we call it a twisting squat, and then lower down nice and slow. And then you can come back up and you'll necessarily twist the other way.
I'm kind of on the outer edges of my feet.
So that's why this is particularly a good exercise for the foot and ankles, because by being on the outer edges of your feet, it forces your ankles to stabilize in that frontal plane.
Totally.
And use muscles that wouldn't normally be worked in a regular squat.
And Travis, what if like lifting all the way up from the floor was too tough for me?
Yeah, so you could, maybe the best thing to use would be like a kitchen stool, so that you
Like
could
sit
still be
on
in
a
a
stool.
cross-legged seat, but have it, 12 inches up.
Yeah.
You could use yoga blocks too.
Like sit on a couple yoga blocks, something like that, just to elevate if it's really tough to come all the way up from the floor.
Exactly.
That's a super cool exercise.
Thank you.
Thanks for teaching me that one.
So what's our second way?
Our second way is a super cool exercise called Bridge the Gap. And for this, we'll use a couple of yoga blocks and we'll place them about 3 inches apart on the floor. So like this way. We're going to place them this way. And the exact distance will depend on your own like foot length.
Yeah, Bigfoot would have to have the blocks farther apart.
Exactly. And then we place one foot so that, is that good for you, Travis? Is that a good, so that the ball of your foot is on the front block and your heel is on the back block. And then in between, there's this gap that you're bridging with basically the middle or the arch of your foot. And so then you stand up and you're on one leg. We're just on one leg. And that alone is a really great way to target your foot strength and especially the muscles that support your arch. And then what Travis is doing, he's added on here. So you can just hold that single leg balance, but you could add on and target the foot muscles even more by passing a kettlebell back and forth between your hands. And that's a great way to up level this already challenging and super creative and different foot strengthening exercise.
I'm feeling it.
You are? That's awesome. So that's Bridge the Gap. That's our second strength for yoga exercise. What else for the foot and ankles?
Another one that I really like is called a floating heel. And you can do this with a split squat. So what the floating heel does is where you would normally be standing on your entire foot for a split squat, if you place a block at the front of your mat and then you put just your forefoot or the front of your foot on the block, now you can see the heel, Jenny's heel, is floating above the ground and she performs her split squats normally. But what you can see here is that she really has to stabilize through her ankle to not allow her toes to pull up towards her shins. So she's isometrically or statically plantar flexing, pushing through the ball of her foot down into the yoga block.
So I'm like doing that,
Right.
right?
You can't see that, but if she weren't doing that, then her heel would lower down
like-
towards the floor.
Would drop down like that.
Right.
But I'm not doing that because I'm working the muscles across the ankle.
Exactly. So you're getting the same benefits for the quads and muscles of the leg, plus this extra work at the ankle during this split squat exercise.
Yeah, it's such a cool creative twist to put on some like an exercise that many of us know pretty well, just a standard split squat.
Right. Yeah. Nice subtle detail to up the degree of difficulty and focus on something different while still getting all the benefits of that exercise.
Exactly. And that concludes our presentation of our 3 favorite strength for yoga ways to target the feet and the ankles.